4, 3, 2, 1.
Studio Classroom is
Studio Classroom. Studio Classroom.
Please stand by.
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Hi everyone, welcome to Studio Classroom on the air. It's great to have you with us here today. I'm Anne-Marie and I think today is a great day to learn something new.
So let's do that together. My name is Gabe. Let's start today off by asking Anne-Marie a question. Do you like to work out?
Oh, that is a really good question. You know, I have never been very athletic. However, I do yoga to keep my body healthy, and I enjoy swimming when I get the chance. What about you?
Well, you mentioned swimming. I love swimming. That's probably my favorite aerobic exercise, or my favorite kind of aerobic exercise. I don't like jogging or running too much. I do like biking, and I do have a gym membership. I need to start getting back into the gym.
Well, speaking of getting into the gym, that's our topic for the next 2 days, exercises that we can do outside of the gym. Oh. We're going to be talking about our core in a lesson called Staying Healthy and Strong.
Core, that sounds like a great word to explain to our friends, Anne-Marie. And friends, we will do that in just a moment, so do stick with us.
For now, go ahead and take out your magazines and follow along as we read our text for today. Let's get started.
Staying healthy and strong. Working out isn't just for athletes. Everyone knows that exercise is important, but not everyone knows how important it is to have strong core muscles. Your core muscles include all the muscles in your torso. Having a strong core isn't just about looking tough. These muscles help you bend over, lift things, and keep your balance. If you have a strong core, all your daily activities can be easier. Exercising your core is easy. Here are some simple exercises for your core muscles. You don't need any gym equipment, so let's get started.
Hi everyone, welcome to Language Lab. I'm Jack. 我们今天要先来看 core。core 是一个名词，意思是核心。譬如说，一件事情里面最关键或是最重要的那一部分，我们可以用 core， 像是 We did discuss many things in the meeting, but the core of the problem was never talked about. 我们在会议中有讨论很多事，但是最重要的那部分问题都没有谈到。在文章里 core 这个字的后面是 muscles， 也就是肌肉群。那么 core muscles 就是指核心肌群。我们来看例句 It's important to work on your core muscles, but it's also important to watch your diet. 锻炼核心肌群很重要，但是注意饮食也很重要。说起饮食，苹果核也叫做 core。来看例句I can't believe someone threw an apple core right next to the trash can. 我不敢相信，竟然有人把苹果核直接扔在垃圾桶的旁边。接下来我们来看形容词 tough。在文章里 ，tough 是指坚强、结实的，或是很厉害的。譬如说 ，Trevor likes to act tough, but he's actually scared of many things. Trevor 喜欢假装他很厉害，其实他是一个胆小鬼。Tough 也有很困难的意思，比方说 ，Don't bother Corey. She is facing a tough situation right now. 不要去吵 Corey， 他正面临一个非常麻烦的状况。我们也可以用 tough 来形容食物不容易咬得动。例如 ，You can give the dog the toughest piece of meat, and she'll eat it up quickly. 你可以把最难咬的那块肉给那只狗，它会很快就把肉吃下。 Okay, let's get back to our teachers.
Thank you very much, Jack. Well, let's get right into our lesson, friends. We have a kind of a physical lesson here today.
We do.
Learning all about the body and what you can do with it. And of course, it's called Staying Healthy and Strong.
And right under that, it says working out isn't just for athletes. I want to talk about for a minute that phrase isn't just.
That's right, it's not just for. This is kind of a fun phrase that we use to say that one thing can be used for more than one purpose. It's not just for this purpose, you could use it in many different ways.
You know, I think playing with dinosaurs isn't just for little boys.
Wait, but dinosaurs are extinct, Anne-Marie. You
Well,
can't play with dinosaurs.
I'm talking about dinosaur toys. My daughter likes to play with dinosaur toys, but you never find any pink dinosaurs now, do you?
Oh man, they should make pink dinosaurs.
They should.
Or dinosaurs wearing dresses or something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, oh. That's kind of strange. Well, anyway, that's a
The
great...
point is, dinosaurs are not just for boys.
That's a great example. All right, friends, think of your own example sentence, a way to use that phrase, something is not just for. And working out isn't just for athletes. The idea here is that it's for everyone.
That's right. Let's keep reading. Everyone knows that exercise is important, but not everyone knows how important it is to have strong core muscles. Now we're going to see this word core quite a bit this lesson.
That's right. You know, I think it would be kind of a fun challenge for you as you read through a lesson here at Studio Classroom to kind of see what the key word is or what some of the key words are. And yeah, we just gave it away. I think core is probably the key word for this whole lesson.
For sure. And we actually have a phrase that we use when we talk about exercising our core, and you won't see it in the lesson, but we want to mention it here, and that is engaging your core.
Engage. That word might make you think of when a guy proposes to his girlfriend. Now they are engaged to be married. Well, that's because they have now a new focus and a goal to get married, right? Engaging your core is kind of that idea of making your core muscles focused as well and involving them in your exercise.
That's right. And all of our exercises today are going to focus on engaging your core. We read your core muscles include all the muscles in your torso. Having a strong core isn't just about looking tough.
No, it's not. But, you know, speaking of core, and we just saw this word torso. Torso is not a word I use every day, Anne-Marie, basically just because I don't always talk about the human body.
Well, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, but when it does come to talking about the human body, the torso is a very important part. Now, you'll notice, friends, what is not included in the torso? Anne-Marie?
Arms, legs.
And your head.
Head, yes,
That's right.
That's right. So your torso is everything except those.
Exactly. So that's the torso, friends. Do you have a torso? I believe you do.
Let's keep reading. These muscles help you bend over, lift things, and keep your balance. If you have a strong core, all your daily activities can be easier.
Well, we want to take a look at that phrase, if something can be easier, and especially the word can, and how it's different from the word will.
Yes, I'm surprised that the author didn't use the word will here. Why do you think he did that?
Well, first of all, if something can be easier, that means maybe it's able to be easier, but it won't necessarily be easier. However, if you use the word will, it means that it will necessarily be easier.
Oh, it has the possibility of being easier.
Yeah, that's can, right? Whereas will is like, oh, for sure it will be easier. However, exercising, no matter how you do it, it won't necessarily be easy, right, Anne-Marie?
Yes, you're right.
Yeah, as you know.
Yes, I know. All right, here we go. Continuing on, exercising your core is easy. Here are some simple exercises for your core muscles. You don't need any gym equipment, so let's get started.
And that's a great phrase for you to know when you're introducing anything, right? An activity for a lot of people. To begin, you might say, let's get started. What am I telling you this for? We say this almost every day here at Studio Classroom.
Right.
But we're not getting started with anything right now.
We are not.
What's it time for us to...
It's time for InfoCloud, actually.
All right. Well, friends, let's learn something about the core in today's InfoCloud.
Hi
Hi everyone, welcome to InfoCloud. You know, Rex, I'm so glad to be part of the core team here at InfoCloud this year.
Well, and we're glad to have you too. And I'm glad you mentioned the word we're talking about today, core.
A core is the center of something, like an apple core.
Or the Earth's core, which is made of magma.
But the word core can also refer to the most basic or essential part of something.
We might have core principles or beliefs. Those are things we think are the most important.
We make decisions or big decisions in our life based on our core principles.
And like you mentioned before, you can be a part of a core group or team.
That means you are involved in a project. Maybe it couldn't happen without you. You are a core member.
Most of us have a core group of friends too. Those are the people we trust the most.
Or spend the most time with. Who are the members of your core group? Tell them how much you appreciate them today.
一个组织要顺利的运作，一定有一个核心团队在努力经营。今天要跟大家分享的是 core 核心的概念。core 就是一个东西的中心，像是 apple core 就是苹果籽，或是 core of the earth 就是地球的中心。core 这个字也可以当作形容词使用，像是刚刚提到的核心团队就是 core team。我们工作或是行事为人的核心原则，也可以称之为 core principles。在日常生活中，我们都会有一些死党，或是你完全信任的几个好朋友，你就可以称呼那群朋友为 core group of friends， 最核心的朋友圈。如果你是一个团体里的灵魂人物，你也可以被称为 core member， 核心成员。这就是今天的 InfoCloud， 我们下次云端见。
Studio Classroom is on the air.
Welcome back, friends, to our lesson, Staying Healthy and Strong. Hey, Anne-Marie, can you think of any other uses for the word core?
How about apple core? That's the inside part of an apple after you've eaten all the flesh.
Yeah, well, for now, friends, let's get back to talking about our core muscles and how we can exercise them.
All right, keep your magazines out and let's continue.
Staying healthy and strong. 1. Plank. This exercise is great for your core muscles. First, lie down on your stomach. Then put your forearms flat on the ground with your palms facing down. Keep them shoulder-width apart. Next, lift your body off the ground and balance on just your toes and forearms. Tighten your stomach muscles and hold this position for 15 seconds. Do this several times. You can also do a plank supporting your body on your hands and toes.
我们再来看下一个字 apart。apart 是一个副词，在文章里是指两个东西之间有距离或是之间的距离。比方说 ，stand with your feet about hip distance apart, and then slowly raise your arms up。双脚张开，大约与髋部同宽，然后慢慢把双手往上升。我们也可以用 apart 来指时间的相隔，比如说 Natalie has 2 boys and they're 2 years apart。Natalie 有2个儿子，他们年纪相差2岁。Apart 也有碎成小片或是破碎掉的意思，譬如说 This lamp is very old. You can see it's starting to fall apart. 这盏台灯很老旧，可以看得出已经开始裂了。 最后我们要看的是动词 tighten。To tighten 的意思是把东西弄紧。比如说 The screw is loose and needs to be tightened。螺丝钉松了，需要拴紧。To tighten 也有收紧的意思。比方说 Claire has decided to tighten her budget。Claire 决定要紧缩预算。To tighten 也有加强或是让东西更稳固的意思。例如 The bank got robbed yesterday. Now I'm sure they're going to tighten their security. 银行昨天被抢了之后，我相信他们会加强他们的安全系统。All right, let's get back to our teachers.
Well, friends, we have gotten to the point of our lesson where we are going to list some possible exercises to help strengthen that core. Let's read about the first one. Number 1 is plank. This exercise is great for your core muscles.
When I think of planking, I think of that trend that was really popular a few years ago where people would literally lie as flat as they could across the surface of something,
I saw
face
that
down.
before. They would do it on fences
Yeah.
or just on random things on the side of the road.
Yeah, some people have died by planking like that. But that's not the kind of planking our lesson is talking about. As you can see here in this photo, they're not flat on the ground. Their body is at an angle, and it's at an angle that is kind of described in our lesson here. So we read, first lie down on your stomach, then put your forearms flat on the ground with your palms facing down. You'll see in that photo, these guys don't have their palms facing down. They're kind of clenched fists, okay? But you could do it in different ways.
And it also says here to keep them shoulder width apart. Now, we can use parts of the body as measurements, can't we?
Well, I think you're right about that, Anne-Marie, and that's what our lesson does. So a width, of course, is how wide something is. What is a shoulder width, you ask? Well, what's the distance between one shoulder and the next? That is shoulder width.
We could also say hand width or arm width. Maybe in school, in PE class, your teacher says, all right, students, everyone stand arm width apart. That means everyone needs to put their arms out so that there's enough room to move around them.
Okay, so when you're doing planks, make sure that you keep your hands shoulder width apart. Next, lift your body off the ground and balance on just your toes and forearms. Ooh, this sounds a little bit challenging.
Sounds too challenging for me. I think I'll pass.
Oh, well, are you going to pass on the rest of our lesson?
No, I'm not. Let's keep reading. Tighten your stomach muscles and hold this position for 15 seconds.
Okay, well, what is your position? That is your pose, or how your body is. Its angles and what you are doing with your body. That is your position.
That's right. And our lesson finishes up by saying do this several times. You can also do a plank supporting your body on your hands and toes.
Well, right now I think it's time for us to see how the word tough is used in a skit. Enjoy.
I'm going to hike to the top of that high mountain.
But the trail is long. It's rough and rocky. Hiking up that mountain won't be easy.
No problem. I'm really strong. And I'm tough.
Your backpack is so big. Can you carry it the whole way? It looks really heavy.
Yes, it is big and heavy, but carrying it is not a problem for me. I'm really tough.
Well, be careful. It's a dangerous trail. You might meet some wild animals along the way.
Wild animals don't scare me. I'm tougher than they are.
But what if you see a bear on that trail? Bears are dangerous and scary.
Dangerous, yes, but scary, no. I'm not afraid of bears. I'm too tough to be scared. It's a bear! Run!
I guess he's not so tough after all, is he, Teddy? Come on, let's go hike up the mountain.
Tom, how do you start your year? I start the year by writing my New Year's resolutions.
What are your resolutions this year?
By the end of the year, I want to get a score of 900 on my TOEIC exam, hike Jade Mountain, and lose 10 kilograms.
Those are good goals. Do you usually follow through on your resolutions?
I have for the past 3 years. I find setting goals helps me accomplish them.
Maybe I should start writing down my New Year's resolutions too.
You should. Research shows that you are 40% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'll write down my resolutions tonight, right after work.
Follow through. Follow through. Achieve. Achieve.
New Year's resolutions. New Year's resolutions. Setting goals. Setting goals.
Well, it can be tough to stick to your resolutions. Some of you have probably resolved to work out more this year. Speaking of, what did you think of today's lesson on working out?
It's funny you should use that phrase, working out. 因为我正想要问这个问题。
Well, then win away, Jack.
我知道 working out 是指运动，但是我也有听过它别的用法。也许你可以帮我跟同学们解答一下。
Absolutely. There's actually a few different ways we can use the phrase work out.
That's right. One would be hope that something works out. Like, I invited my friends to see a movie with me this weekend. I really hope it works out.
In this usage, works out has the idea of actually taking place or actually happening.
所以 Gabe 给的例子听起来像是他的朋友似乎没有办法去看电影。
Right. That's where the idea that something might not happen comes in. It will only work out if everything happens correctly.
Here's another example. If it works out, I'll finally be taking a trip overseas this spring.
Oh, I see. 是因为过去1年来 COVID-19 带来的不便，让你没有办法出国旅行。Maybe this spring you'll be able to travel as long as nothing stops you.
Yeah, you got it.
So there's another way we use the phrase work out. We sometimes say to work out the details when something needs further planning.
For instance, I have a great idea for a new business, but I still need to work out the details.
So here, what's being worked out is the specifics.
Exactly. Here's another example. We still need to work out the details for that company party we're having next weekend.
Friends, have you worked out your own way to use this phrase yet?
Whether you're working out your body, plans, or details, we're glad you joined us today.
And we hope you'll join us again next time right here on
Studio Classroom.
A friend trusts at all times. A good friend lasts a lifetime. A friend gives at all times. A friend cares at all times. A friend endures at all times. A good friend lasts a lifetime. I am so proud to have you in my life. A good friend lasts a lifetime.